Yo, we gotta get this one over and done with quickly, because this ain't no standalone 6-part serial. Oh no, this is chapter 1 of 2 in the season 10 epic, Dalek War. Never before has a box set had a more accurate title. While it doesn't necessarily end on a cliffhanger, it's suspenseful enough and leads into the next one so much so that I really just want to get this review done so I can continue watching the next one. Bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum. Oh, it's Dalek. Wait, stop. Damn it, Frank. I thought I told you to practice your harmonizing.
What can I say? I've been skipping out on rehearsals.
1973's season 10 has been great so far and shows no sign of slowing down. Frontier in Space is the first half of Dalek War, but don't let that fool you into thinking that it's a Dalek-centric storyline. Oh no, they don't show up till the very ends to tease a greater threat going forward. Spoilers, I guess? But seriously, if you were going into this blind, or watching it play out week by week on the telly back in the day like my father did when he was young, this would have been huge. I'm telling you right now, if they pull off the next one successfully, then this is going to be my definitive Dalek's master plan. 12 episodes of perfect tension without a weird Christmas special in the middle. So what have we got here today? An excellent story where the Doctor and Jo find themselves in the centre of a real conundrum. They find themselves positioned in between the human race and the Draconian Empire, on the brink of war after both sides have supposedly been sneak attacking the other. Both sides blame each other for firing the first shot, and they both believe that the Doctor and Jo are spies for their opposition. As you can imagine, this makes things quite difficult to de-escalate when both sides think you're a spy for the other, made even more so with the arrival of the Master. He's up to his usual mischief, weaseling into a position of power, manipulating those around him into respecting his authority as a means to catch the Doctor off guard. Seriously, he keeps using the same plan and you'd think it'd stop working after a while, but I guess when you're a master manipulator and can literally mind control people, you tend to be pretty good at it. Well, he's back, and this time he's employed the help of the dim-witted Ogrons. And we all remember who the Ogrons worked for last time, don't we? You don't remember? Come on, they literally worked for the Daleks. Have you not been paying attention? Nice bit of foreshadowing. After my Day of the Daleks review, somebody posted in the comments that the Ogrons toe a line between being cool aliens and being essentially blackface. Eesh. I'm sorry if that's the case, but I genuinely don't see it. They are very clearly an alien species with vague humanoid features. Nevertheless, if there are people out there that are offended by their design, then I do sincerely apologise. Anyways, it's quite a decent viewing experience. Jo gets quite a lot to do for a change, and all the side characters are really strong. This story even bucks an ongoing trend in classic Doctor Who, where you've got this typical character archetype who's the second in command, who's always quick to anger and seems to crave violence. Instead of doing the whole jealousy, taking over and going to war, instead, when he's presented with the truth, he actually admits his mistakes and humbly apologises. Going through a bit of character development. I did not see that one coming. You know what else I didn't see coming? This giant jiggling ballsack creature that appears for literally 2 seconds and that's it. I guess that's a good as segue as any into talking about some of my notes, because the story itself doesn't quite feel complete. And I assume that's by design, and hopefully it looks like the next serial is going to pick up where this one left off. Hopefully. One of my commenters mentioned that this serial couldn't hold their attention, and I held that in the back of my mind while watching, and it really came to the front when you got to the prison escape subplot during this one, like straight out of the Andor series, if I'm being honest. And I think if you're not in the right mood for it, then maybe it might seem like it's quite uneventful for a lot of it, but if you go into it knowing that it's going to lead up to something big, then I reckon that'll keep you invested. And it's all one continuous story too, unlike the Dalek's master plan with all the detours and pit stops that made you lose interest. Seriously, what was all that about reflecting light to melt a lock or something in a volcano? And there's a lot to like about this one too. There's a nice usage of hyperspace travel years before Star Wars came along. The Doctor's back with his good old reverse the polarity. I laughed at a bit where the Master snaps at the Ogron's stupidity, and for a moment he was so sick of their BS that I'm surprised he didn't immediately start blasting them away. One thing I found not bad but odd was that for some reason, in the first couple of episodes, the musical composer opted to use that annoying sound that is very clearly just that scraping sound that those holographic cards make. You know, that sound that kids would make back in primary school with their flexible rulers. And those sort of things, they were awesome. Well, until they got used as weapons, in which case it turned into a 8-year-old battle royale. What do you think about the new Doctor Who theme? In fact, my only real gripe with this story is the Daleks themselves, specifically their voices. Man, y'all made out that the Day of the Dalek voices were bad, but I could tolerate those. These ones are terrible. Seriously, I checked the special features to see if they did that whole special edition redoing the effects and the Dalek voices, but nope, just gotta put up with them. Thankfully, it is only like one episode or half an episode here, and they are fixed in the next one, but still. Oh well, I got used to it, and I'm getting a telepathic communication from my future self. Apparently in my haste to get to the next episodes, I missed some important information, so, on to you, future me. Hello, me from the future, or the past, wherever on the timeline. So the point of this little interjection here is that I actually missed a couple of things. It's 11:30 PM on the 2nd of June, and I've just finished writing up the script for the next review, to give you a bit of an idea of how far ahead of schedule I try and get these reviews done, and I still end up working on them the night they're supposed to be released. Anyway, the point of this is for me to say that I missed a couple of things because I was so excited to get stuck into the next one. The main thing being that the plot does not carry over into the next one. That kind of took me by surprise, but still they're two different stories with similarities and like one overarching sort of Dalek war. There's literally one line of dialogue, something along the lines of, "Quick, go tell your leaders the truth," to hastily wrap this story up, which I think is pretty weak, but I think the hype of the Daleks is enough to keep you going. But yeah, it's really rushed. Like it just ends so abruptly, and they wrap it up in a way where like the Master and the Ogrons just run off screen, like after shooting at the Doctor, which is just bizarre. And the thing that I really wanted to say in this little interjection is that I didn't realise this was the last time Roger Delgado played the Master. So I'm not sure why he doesn't appear in the next story, because, yeah, he doesn't really get an exit here, just runs away off screen. And this was the last time he played the character. So massive shout out to Roger Delgado, because he brought the character to life as the original, and it was great. I only ever know like one or two incarnations of the Master, never knew his original form, so this was really good. And it's a shame that he passed away in a filming accident, but yeah, he'll always be remembered as the original Master, because damn, he was good. Anyway, what an unflattering camera angle. And that's Frontier in Space, a fun time that has me suitably hyped for next week's story. It's funny, it's not every day that a 6-part DVD can keep me invested the whole way through, but this one certainly did. A big shout out to the person that sold me a massive box of pre-owned classic Doctor Who DVDs with this one, and I kept about 7 of them and then sold the rest to another bidder. If I recall, they were a teenager who had just started out their classic Doctor Who collection and were using their pocket money to buy them up, so yeah, shout out to them as well. Hope your collection's going well, buddy. I know mine is, well, it's comprehensive, we'll say the least. Although, yeah, turns out they're not doing the collection Blu-rays in New Zealand and Australia anymore, so, that sucks. Alright, we are done. I'm going to get on watching the next one now. The next one being Planet of the Daleks. Whoa, I can't wait. And thank you as always for watching. You're brilliant.